Hey folks, Crazy Climber 80 here again, and we're going to look at another Versus game in the Nintendo Versus Arcade series. This one was created by Namco in 1985, and it is a space flight simulator game in first-person perspective, and it is called Starluster. What a weird name. I mean, I think that they mean like the shine of a star or something, the luster. But it sounds more like you're lusting after a celebrity or something. But this, in my opinion, is one of the worst Versus arcade games I've played thus far. It's terrible. It almost feels unfinished. Your goal is to rid space of all enemies. And it might seem kind of interesting at first, but there's various technical screw-ups in this game that I don't really know all the things about this game, and I didn't tell you all the things that you should probably know about this game because I haven't figured them out for myself, and I just don't give a crap. This game's terrible. But it's in a first-person perspective. You can choose from 3 different difficulties, and I'll select the easiest one, training. And see on the map, that blue area, it says E, that's enemies. And you can move this cursor over to the E's, or there are B's that are hard to see, and those are bases. That's where you can replenish your energy or your shield if the shield gets damaged by enemies, and you will lose energy just flying around. You'll lose energy by being shot at, and you fly around and try to put your crosshairs on the enemies and fire. And when you enter an enemy scenario, the E, you have to put down 10 of these enemies, and they're very hard to hit sometimes. You lose energy by shooting as well. So just keep an eye on that energy meter. And the B, the letters B on the map, those are the bases where you can replenish your energy and your shield. And you'll need to do that. It's best on the easy difficulty to just do that after facing 2 waves of enemies. Then go to the base, and you have to find the base. Some of these enemies will require extra shots, like that circular one, that Death Star looking thing. But once you destroy 10 enemies, then you're done with the enemy area, and you can fly off to another scenario. Now see, we're back to the map, and we move the cursor over to whichever B or E that we want to fly to, and we press the warp button. There's like a warp or thrust button, and there's a fire button. And we're gonna go to a base and try to get our energy replenished. See, it's a little more than halfway, but again, you lose energy just flying around and using thrust and firing. And when you have dots on this screen, you want to line them up in that triangular area. See, we're trying to get to the base, and we've got to get that dot, little tiny dot, in that triangular area and fly around and see if we can find it. And then we want to thrust so that we're right up close to that base, and there it is. It's easy for the base to try to fly off of the triangle, so you'll want to maneuver so that you've got it in your sights and you get close enough, and then it will fire off this little thing that seems to fly past you, but it grants you energy refill all the way, which is great. Now we have to zoom up a little bit And when we zoom up close enough, we need to put it in our crosshairs and just stop for a second. And then it'll say, like, lock on or something. Come on, a little bit more. A little bit more, I guess. But yeah, this game is terrible. I don't know what the hell Namco was thinking. They don't usually put out crappy games like this. This had an NES port, too. Base lock on. Now just stay still. Fires off this little thing. Big. There goes my energy back. Cool. Supply complete. And then we go back to the map. So let's take out some more enemies. Now if you run out of energy in this game, you're not going to score jack shit for points. If you notice that the high score was 1,000 points, you might think, oh my god, that's nothing. Well, scoring is tough in this game. You have to complete a game. And if you run out of energy, you lose, and you're gonna score in the negative, which is really stupid. But there are ranking names. It's like a cadet, a bunch of names. Cadet Wang is the worst. It's a terrible name. Pilot officer, a bunch of names for pilot officer, flying officer, lieutenant, commodore, vice marshal, stuff like that. Marshal, chief marshal, and marshal of force, I think, was the best name, or the best ranking. But yeah, when you're going to dock with a base, or try to engage enemies, you need to get that dot in your sights. And now we gotta choose another scenario. The bees are really hard to see. So you have to really keep your eyes peeled. Now, in the medium or difficult options, you can shoot photons from a distance during the map screen, which is really cool. And you can fire them at the E's, which is, of course, enemy scenarios. And 4 of those photons will keep you from having to go to that E. It'll blow up the E, so you won't have to face enemies from it, which is cool. But that's only the medium and hard settings. You can't do that here in the easy setting. What they call it, training. Yeah, training is easy, command is medium, and adventure is hard. Other differences for medium and hard: there are stars, or planets, that you can go to, and the enemies can destroy them. And the planet or star doesn't really do anything for you. And then there is also an asteroid field. And I do not know how to get out of the asteroid field. I destroyed 1,000,000 asteroids in it, and I don't get sent out of it. I just keep flying through it. It's really stupid. But those are the things that you can see in the medium and hard scenarios that are not in the easy one. Now, one thing that's really stupid, excuse me, is some of these bases do not replenish your energy. And I found that out, I think, right here. It just said, hello, and it didn't give me anything. I was like, are you frickin' kidding me? What in the hell kind of crap-tastic game is this? Oh, brother. Yeah, there's the base. Once you see the base, you gotta fly up real close and then hold still once it says lock on or something. Yeah, base lock on. And then it'll fire off something for you. Hello. Oh, fuck you too! Where the hell's my energy? You can kiss my ass, buddy. Well, that is absolutely freaking A lame. So I'm almost out of energy. I'm gonna run out of energy here. Yeah, I don't get why that happened. That's stupid. We will see the ending and where you actually get points and get a ranking. But yeah, this game really blows. I'd never heard of this in the arcades, nor for the NES back in the day. Thank goodness, because it sucks. Energy empty. See, you get minus points. Your rank is Cadet Wang. Great, I'm named after a dick. At any rate, let's look at the ending here. I put on infinite energy and shield just to get to the ending. And as long as you get bases that give you energy back, you can easily beat the first scenario, the easy one. You destroyed all enemies. Now here is my ranking. Mission completed. See, now I got positive points, 329. I'm Pilot Officer Alpha Fly. But yeah, scoring does not come easy in this game. Now let's take a look at the medium difficulty. And like I said, for medium and difficult, you get stars or planets that you can go to, and you can fire off the photon charges at the E's, which is the enemy scenarios. 4 photon charges will blow it up. And see those dots on the left side of the map. Note that those the lit ones disappear as I fire off charges. And 4 photon charges will destroy an E, as long as you move the cursor to it on the E and press fire. And we're just going to, I think this is another base, is this? But when you engage an enemy on medium or difficult, you don't have the photon charges with you. They're just the lasers that you shot before in the easy setting that we saw earlier. But there are also like little rain or sleet type symbols, and those take you to the asteroid field. Yeah, here's a star or planet that I went to, and it's an asterisk symbol on the map. Planet lock on. It fires off a little something. Hello. Kiss my ass. But that planet or star, the enemies can destroy. What consequence there is for it being destroyed, I'm not entirely sure. And I don't really care. This game is so craptastic. And here is if you chose the asteroid field. I have no idea how to get out of this stupid thing. But you can keep shooting the asteroids. Eventually, if you're too busy with something else, it'll say defend star. I don't know how to get back to the star or back to the map. This is frickin' lame-o. But eventually the star will be destroyed if you don't get back to it. Here we'll see that. Just a craptastic game. It's Starluster versus Starluster by Namco in 1985, also seen on the NES. Or maybe it was the Famicom. Probably both. Don't know for sure, don't really care. It sucks. Star exploded. And here is the hard rank. There's just more E's, more bases, more stars, more of the asteroid fields. But one thing I noticed on hard is that if you go to a base or a star, and there I fired at the enemy scenario and blew it up. One thing I noticed that about the hard setting is if you go to a star or a base, it doesn't seem to show up on your radar as a dot like it did in easy and medium. What kind of bullshit is that? This game really sucks. I'm sure there's plenty that I didn't figure out. See, there's no dot. What in the hell? I'm sure there's plenty I didn't tell you about this game that I didn't know about, but I just don't care. This game sucks so much ass. But that was Starluster, or versus Starluster by Namco in 1985 for the Nintendo versus arcade cabinet. What is this, Crazy Clamor 80 saying thanks for watching versus Starluster by Namco in 1985, also for the NES. I'll catch you later with another versus game. See you then, folks. Bye-bye.